This is going great. Hello YouTube and welcome to my new challenge. This time I'm trying to beat Pokemon SoulSilver with every trainer having the exact same team that I have. So whenever I challenge a trainer, we'll both have the same Pokemon. The idea is to get through the whole region with me battling me the whole time, on a journey to become the best me in town. I sound like an Instagram quote. Here are the rules of the challenge. All opponents will have the exact same team that I have at the time of battling, so the same number of Pokemon, same levels, and same movesets. In Pokemon, each trainer has an IQ level, and for this one, all enemies are said to have the highest IQ, so I'm already at a disadvantage. The enemy will also have the same held items and high to max IVs, so the game gets tougher as I move on, because mirror matchups become almost one-sided in their favor. No in-battle items, and this applies for both of us. With that out of the way, time to start the challenge. This is going to be fun. We start our day like any depressed teenage kid locked in our room, as our journey begins with the usual 3 choices. The rival always takes the Pokemon on the right, and because I picked Chikorita, he gets Chikorita. Yeah, I actually forgot and leveled up along the way, for some reason. Leveling up is the worst thing I can do to myself. The higher the level, the harder this challenge gets. I tried to play the game normally at first, but then I realized I'm just making it harder on myself. By the time I finished the Sprout Tower, may as well call it Chikorita Tower, I had to heal after each battle. Not to mention, with Poison Powder, Synthesis, and a smart AI, the battles were taking really long. I have to come up with something soon, otherwise I'll end up losing to myself. Man, I'm really good. Anyways, my vanity aside, time to get a little creative. First thing I thought of was, what if I catch a weak Pokemon and started battling the enemies with them? Then I thought, what if we get even more creative? I caught a Kakuna and battled another Kakuna with it. Why am I doing this? Is it the thrill of the battle? No, not really. I wanted to run out of power points. I also have to make sure not to heal, or I'll have to repeat this all over again. Now let's try to challenge the flying gym leader that has a Kakuna. Because I ran out of power points before battling Falkner, I was able to struggle while he kept on using Harden. This was the dumbest idea to cross a human mind. I have no idea what I was thinking. And I lost to a level 4 Kakuna with a Harden. Alright, let's not get too creative and try this again. Time to challenge the flying gym leader with a Ghastly. This one was more of a coin flip. Whoever lands Hypnosis first and starts attacking while the other is asleep, wins. Or just crit. Clearly, as we just witnessed, the better I get, the tougher this challenge will be. So I need to not be good. So basically just be myself. There are no forced battles in this section, but knowing me, I'm going to hit an optional, or 2, or 3. At the Slowpoke Well, there were so many talented and strong opponents. Aw, stop it, me! I was fine with coin flipping my way with Ghastly for the time being, but I'm about to face a problem. Double battles. Oh, never mind, I only have one Pokemon. Because I hated Bugsy so much as a kid, I decided to give her the Kakuna with only Harden just to make her struggle. Literally. I was torturing myself in the process, but it was totally worth it. 30 turns later, I realized that whoever attacks first dies. Yep, you heard that right. The faster Pokemon loses in this battle. So that was complete luck. I mean, skills. For the rival battle, I decided to use 2 Pokemon instead of 1. Now that my Ghastly knows Curse, I wanted to try and bait the AI into using it. The plan is to make him use Curse with Ghastly, switch, and then force him to use it again, giving me an advantage. But it didn't go as I planned. He ended up switching after a few turns, and I'm not going through Synthesis again. I need to get rid of this move. After a few resets, he finally goes for it, then I switch back to Ghastly to take him down with Curse. Once only his Chikorita is remaining, I can go for Curse myself, followed by Poison Powder, just to negate the healing from Synthesis. My god, this move is annoying, but we eventually take down his Chikorita. The plan for now is looking around for all the trash I can find because the weaker I am, the weaker the opponent. The more I went on with the challenge, the more I got creative. I even tried a Ditto battle. Watching two Dittos do nothing but transform all day really changed me. Fun fact, this battle will go on forever, because my transform power points always resets to 5, and because his transform fails, we never run out of power points. Once we reach the daycare is when things started to get interesting. I'm going to make the dumbest, most useless Pokemon this region has ever seen. For now, I found the perfect Pokemon for Whitney's gym. Abra is a fast Pokemon that can only learn Teleport through leveling up, so if I waste power points by running away from encounters using Teleport, I can repeat the same Kakuna plan, but this time the smart way. Abra's defenses are weak, and with her Abra stuck using Teleport, I can freely attack her to win the fight. Easy battle. Abra really makes this easy, because I don't even need to run out of Teleport, I just need to run out before the enemy does, and then I can win. But I'm planning on making an even better Pokemon to help me against all the casual trainers. Breeding time! I made my perfect specimen of a weakling Dratini with Dragon Rage, and made sure I got a lot of them for this challenge. I mean a lot of them. Okay, I might have went a little too far. Fun fact, you can trade Macargo with the ability Magma Armor in order to reduce the steps it takes to hatch your eggs. This is not needed or necessary at all, but I like to pretend that I have a life from time to time. Next, I take the item Quick Claw, give it to my Dratini, and coin flip my way through the battles. Let's give it a try against the rival. All I need is to go first with Dragon Rage to win the battle in one turn, and I can keep using the Dratini as long as its HP is less than 40. This is a great way to go through the story progression, and wait till you find out there's an even easier way to take down opponents. I deserve that one. But for the gym leaders, I decided to make things more interesting, and I will come up with different ways to beat each of them. I was trying to come up with something for Morty, and then it hit me. We're gonna metronome each other to death, and I got all the experience I need. This should be fun. Something is seriously wrong with this guy. I felt sorry for Chuck, so I decided to give him a strong team of 6 splashing Magikarps. So, why 6 Magikarps, you ask? I don't know. But believe it or not, there's a plan behind this team. Trust me on this one. 40 turns later, we start struggling. You see, I noticed that experience is something the AI doesn't have. So if I bring out a second Magikarp that is almost about to level up, wait for his Magikarp to take itself down, I gain a level, and just on time to learn a move, Tackle. With the rest of his team splashing, I can use Tackle to take them down. This might seem like a torture for Chuck just watching dead fish belling, but then again, by the time I run out of tackles, Chuck only has 1 Magikarp remaining against my 5 very alive but very useless ones. So I just wait for him to take himself out. Next we get ready for Jasmine's battle. Boy do I have a surprise for her. Jasmine made me climb a long ass tower twice. Okay, 3 times because I forgot to pick up the potion. And I didn't like that. Time to give her a taste of her own medicine. I get a physical attacker Heracross as my only team member. The twist is, I add counter to the moveset. Her Pokemon has better IVs, as always, so it will be faster and stronger. I just counter her attacks, and in 2 turns, the battle is over. Now, keep in mind that even though these strats might seem like a joke, I can't actually win otherwise. In a straight up battle, I lose every time. The Team Rocket hideout had so many talented and strong opponents. But we managed to make it through and challenge Price. Time to go all or nothing. I used a single crappie for this one with the only attacking move, Guillotine. So whoever lands this, wins. I guess my experience kicked in once again, because I got it first try. Not even kidding. Unlike my metronome battle, this one wasn't as bad. Speaking of which, I hate this egg. The Team Rocket segment at the Radio Tower had so many talented and strong. Claire time! I'm definitely making her kill herself after all the questioning we had to go through. First, we need to get ready. I fly to Goldenrod, get the TM Protect, visit the Move Deleter, and got my Pokemon ready. One Icy Cave followed by a burning lava gym later, and we challenge Claire, the Dragon Master, with a Geodude. This Geodude only has Protect and Self-Destruct. Let's rush and roulette our way through this battle. All I need is to use Protect once as she Self-Destructs, and I easily win the battle. That's what I had in mind. Turns out, with a smart AI, it won't go for Self-Destruct and just spams Protect. If this keeps happening, we both die, and I lose. I guess Claire is smart after all. Or not. I stand corrected. Of course, I knew my amazing plan would work first time. Some story plot and an awkward dance later, and we reach the Lugia. And since I have no intention of giving my opponents a legendary, I'm never gonna use it. Man, these kids' puzzles are easy. I'm an idiot. Victory Road wasn't a problem, I just had to take weak Pokemon for the Etcha moves, but nothing my Dratini won't handle. For the Elite Four, I had to think of something that can beat all 5 of them in a row, and I came up with an interesting strategy. What if I tell you there's a way to take down the Elite Four without even having to attack once? Let's find out how. It's not gonna be easy, and it will require a powerful team of a single Grimer that doesn't even have an attacking move. So, how do I do it, you ask? Is it the mind games? The stinky smell? The looks? No. You see, thanks to their maxed out IVs, they will almost always go first before my Grimer. But my Grimer only knows the move Memento, so that fight is over before it even starts. Memento sacrifices the Pokemon in order to lower the opponent's stats, a trait that I will take any day. Alright, Kanto time! The only thing standing between me and Red. Kanto was a lot of fun. We met dead animals, drowning Pokemon, thugs, this guy. I usually skip the Kanto region, but I decided to include it this time, and it was really interesting. I came up with so many different ideas and strategies, especially with the national decks unlocked. Some of them worked really well, some not so much. This is one of those that didn't work as planned. For Janine, I decided to battle her with a Teddiursa that took an unnecessarily long time to set up. The plan was to get someone that only knows Snore. Should have just used my uncle. I noticed that Pokemon status is one of the things that doesn't get copied, so I figured I would put my Teddiursa to sleep before the battle and challenge the gym leader, only to have it wake up after 2 turns and having to wait for Struggle to finish the battle anyways. But thanks to the couple of hits I got with Snore, I had the health advantage to easily guarantee me the battle. Complete failure, but hey, we won. Actually, this strategy was meant for Lieutenant Surge, but then I remembered that I needed Cut in order to go to the gym. Time to come up with a plan that includes Cut, because we're battling with it whether we like it or not. This one requires a traded Pokemon, but for the fun of it, I went with it anyways. I am utilizing one of my favorite moves, Assist. If you've been following this channel for a while, you know we like it here. But I'll need to explain 3 other moves for this battle. Those are Stockpile, Spit Up, and Swallow. Stockpile is a move that stores energy and can stack up to 3 times. The other 2 moves can only work based on how many stacks you have stored. Spit Up deals more damage the more stacks you have, while Swallow works the same way but heals you instead. Each of the 2 moves consume the stacks you have, and if you don't have any, they fail. Think of it like a cute seed spitting game, except you're in the receiving end of it. After a long battle of swallowing and spitting, we barely win against Surge's kitty. The Carnivine is a level 1 Pokemon, so basically whoever wins the first round wins the battle. Now, why did I consider this one a failure? Well, that's because this wasn't my initial plan. At first, I thought that Assist will only choose moves from Pokemon that are still alive, so I was going to knock out the only Pokemon with an attacking move using my Skitty, and then his assists will keep on failing. This obviously wasn't the case, so I decided to come up with a different plan. And knowing my luck, let's take a break from all the failed attempts and check ones that did work. For Erika, we also need someone with Cut. I'm using the same Carnivine, but a completely different strategy. If I'm going to face a Pokemon that has the exact same moves, then why not use that to my advantage? This is perfect for Imprison. Imprison is a move that prevents the target from using any move the user has. So once my Vulpix uses Imprison, as long as it uses it first, Erika's Vulpix can no longer use any moves that it has. This will, once again, lead it to use Struggle. With the confusion and me attacking normally while her Vulpix lose HP every time it attacks, the battle is really one-sided. A recovery move would make this one even better, but it wasn't needed. The second Pokemon was the level 1 Carnivine that I used with Lieutenant Surge, so this one is over. I have decided no more struggling strategies from here on out, so let's check some other ones. Whee! The next batch is Sabrina. She knew I was coming, but does she know what I'm planning in mind? I know just the right Pokemon for this one, an Abra. For this battle, Abra only has one single move, Toxic. Believe it or not, after I go first and land Toxic, the battle is over for Sabrina. She's just not psychic enough to know it. Why is that? It's because Abra has the ability Synchronize. Synchronize is an ability that applies burn, paralysis, or poison to the opponent if they apply one of these status conditions to you. However, in Gen 3 and 4, Synchronize copies a regular poison if you get Toxic poisoned. And this is what I'm relying on here. If I go first and manage to get her Abra Toxic poisoned, I'll be receiving less damage the following turns. And since Abra has no other moves, I have the advantage. If you paid attention, you will notice that the Toxic poison starts by dealing less damage than the regular poison, but then eventually ramps up. My next strategy is more of answering a riddle than an actual strat. If I give you two moves and told you to pick only one for the rest of the battle, which one would you choose? For this battle, I have a Noctowl with the held item Life Choice, and two moves, Sky Attack and Fly. Let's see if we give a smart AI these options, which one would they choose? For all the smart people like myself, we already know the answer. We don't need to think about it. Sky Attack has a higher attack power, so it's obviously the choice. So predicting this, I go for Fly. And this is how I win. Both moves are 2-turn moves, but Sky Attack doesn't make you invulnerable on the first one, and since she always goes first, I'll never get hit, and I'll be dealing damage to her every time. Thanks to Choice Band, neither of us can change our moves, so we're basically on a lockdown. As always, I was pretty impressive. Until I realized I was overthinking things, and none of that was really necessary. Because as long as she goes first, all I needed was the move Fly. I didn't even need the Choice Band. What are you laughing at? Some strategies were extremely chaotic, like a one based entirely off of confusion. I have no idea who wins this battle. I just hoped I was lucky enough to attack myself less, since that's the only way we can attack each other. Because all we have are Swagger and Confuse Ray, no other moves. Of course, with my luck, I ended up losing battles without his Ghastly attacking itself even once. This next one required some planning to pull off, and I had to make several adjustments to make it work. I need Surf to get to Blaine, so I decided to include a Whooper in my team with the ability Water Absorb. Next I gave it a Sticky Barb. Sticky Barb deals damage to the holder every turn. It also gets passed over if the opponent hits you with a contact move. So the plan here is to make Blaine have both of them before the battle is decided. At first I was going to rely on the move Trick, but then I noticed that all I need is for Drowsy to have a contact move as its only attacking move. Now I just switch at the beginning of the battle to Whooper, give Drowsy the Sticky Barb, and then do absolutely nothing. A for effort to Blaine for switching out his definitely dead Drowsy, but all that did is keep my Wooper alive even longer. His Wooper can't attack me since it only knows Surf and Flash, and since I can't attack it either, we just stood there, flashing each other. In fact, thanks to Water Absorb, I actually get healed when he uses Surf. A few turns later, and Blaine goes down. I didn't even need to attack with my Drowsy, and just went for Sunny Days. Final Kanto Gym Leader is Blue. Of course, what a strategy video without a Shedinja. One of the worst two things you can combine in Pokemon universe is a Shedinja with the held item Life Orb. That's like the pineapple pizza of our world. So I'm doing exactly that. Life Orb deals damage to the holder every time we deal damage to the opponent. So if his Shedinja deals damage, it dies. However, my Shedinja also has 1 HP. So the question is, how do you make him deal damage without actually dealing damage to my Shedinja? The answer is Endure. I'm going to give Shedinja a bunch of attacking moves, including ones that can attack other Shedinjas, but I'll also include Endure that the opponent will almost never go for. Unlike Protect, Endure counts as receiving damage, but you only survive at 1 HP, so I end up not taking any damage and defeating Blue thanks to Life Orb's effect. Alright, fun time is over. For Red, I'm going to give him a real battle, a full team of level 100. At first, I tried Brute Force, just straight up 6 of my favorite Pokemon from all 4 gens with powerful attacks and gave Red a shot. His team has better IVs, and my Pokemon were just getting outmatched by his, especially when it came to mirror matchups. It was still close, but I realized I needed to have a plan. I shouldn't just make a random team and hope I get lucky. So I figured, what if I come up with a team that the AI would have a hard time figuring out its strategy, and therefore giving me the advantage? Let's see if that plan works. To start, I'm going to make a team of multiple strong sweepers and tanks. I'm also adding a legendary Pokemon, which I'm not allowed to use, just to make it more challenging. So once I lose my 5th Pokemon, I reset. The first challenge I'm going to face is the starting Pokemon. I decided to get a Mr. Mime with Psychic, Light Screen, Calm Mind, and Rain Dance. Every single move Mr. Mime has is made to bait the AI into keeping it. And I made sure the utility moves it had either benefits me in the long run, like stopping Hail with Rain Dance, or Light Screen, which doesn't affect the physical attacks I plan to rely on. Even Calm Mind's stat boost doesn't affect me, since I'm a physical attacker and Mr. Mime doesn't have a move that can hit me. As I mentioned, this team has multiple sweepers, but there's only one correct sweeper to win this, at least for me, and that is Absol. I'll start the battle by switching into it, and then using Mean Look. I had to make sure the AI doesn't switch as soon as it sees it, and that's why this Mr. Mime is a bait. At this point, I was able to make it work, and get my setup move, Swords Dance, ready. So this is going exactly as planned so far. And I'm dead. Alright, small adjustment needed. What if I use the TM Trick Room and replaced Rain Dance with it? Once again, I'm using his Mr. Mime for my benefit, but it all comes down to how the AI reacts to it. Turns out, the AI will actually use Trick Room once it's trapped, which is great news for me. After several attempts, I learned when exactly do I need to take down the Mr. Mime for the battle to work in my favor. The first Trick Room, I won't have my setup completed yet, so I need to wait for him to reapply it, and I will wait one more turn before taking out the Mr. Mime. Because I need Trick Room to expire at a specific turn, and you'll see why soon. Now that Trick Room is up and Mr. Mime is down, let's give this one a try. Perfect. Here comes the second problem, Mewtwo. It definitely outspeeds me, so this is why I need Trick Room still active. One Night Slash and I was able to take down the scariest Pokemon in the team. But the battle is not over yet. Remember when I told you I needed Trick Room to expire at a specific turn? Well, that's because Blastoise is next, and I currently outspeed it. So if Trick Room doesn't end, I get one shot by its Stab Surf. That crit definitely mattered with the Blastoise, but with Night Slash's high crit chance and Absol's ability, it isn't rare either. Venusaur isn't a problem for me. The one last problem I have is Red's own Absol, because it can outspeed me. I usually try to avoid mentioning EVs and IVs in my challenges since it can get confusing for some, but the way I got around his Absol is by improving my speed EVs, in order to outspeed him in this final mirror matchup. Neither of us can handle an attack from the other, so deciding who goes first decides who wins this. And this is one of the cleanest ways I can beat Red. If Absol goes down to Blastoise, I would still be able to win, but a one-man army is always cool. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I just wanted to say that I really appreciate all of the support and beautiful comments you've been posting lately. I've been doing YouTube as a side project for a while now, and the support means so much to me. Please make sure to follow my channel if you haven't yet, and see you all next time.